Matt's thought on senior day and all the stuff that goes along with that?
It's going to be exciting. Been here for a while. Can't believe it's almost over, but just looking forward to going out and playing a good game against USF.
Can be emotional.
I'm sure it will be. But, got to focus on USF. I can't focus on any of the extra stuff that comes with it. Just want to make it a good one.
How much has Randy meant to you as a coach?
A lot. He was here back when I was getting recruited here. He's always been one of the solid foundations of this program, and I feel like he's really done an amazing job of getting this program where it needs to be and helping us grow not only as football players but as men. And he's played a huge role just in my life and in my career, and I really appreciate everything he's done.
What would you say to people who say, but there haven't been enough wins? That's the bottom line. As far as the coach goes.
The team's growing still, still maturing, still meshing. I think this is a very talented team. It's going to be a very talented team coming in the near future. It's just got to keep working hard and keep doing what Coach Shannon tells us to do, and I think that this team will be successful.
What about the senior class, Matt? I mean, what you guys have been able to accomplish as a group, this group that came in together?
This group's been through a lot in the past, 4 or 5 years. I came in, my last year was Coach Coker's my first year was Coker's last year. So, we've been through a lot together as a group. No bowl, then slowly building up, coming back, getting our record better and better every year. I feel like that we've got a lot to be proud of. We might not have obtained all the goals we've set out in front of us in our time here, but, it's been a great ride. I really wouldn't change a thing about it.
When you were getting recruited, if they had told you you're going to do everything, you're going to do it all, jack of all trades, would you have been happy about that, or what would your thoughts?
When I was getting recruited, I just wanted to come here and just get on the field. I remember coming to games when I was young, going to the OB, and just dreaming that I could go onto the field as a Miami Hurricane. And just to run out of the tunnel, run out of the smoke, that was more than enough for me, regardless of what position I played.
How do you feel your career's gone, man? You've obviously made all ACC a couple times, and how would you say it's gone for you personally?
Personally, I'm happy with what I've accomplished. I wish I could have done a little bit more, but I'd like to think I did a pretty good, a decent job at the University of Miami. I'm just proud to be a Hurricane, and hopefully I've done good by the U.
Take us back to when your first, maybe take your first time with Randy as a team, and now 4 years later, sort of just that whole process, see how things have changed, what's changed.
When Coach Shannon first came in as the head coach here, he really led with an iron fist. He had to instill his rule, but he's done a great job of making men out of every person on this team. Everybody's got responsibility to each other. Everybody has to be accountable to the team. It's not just about one single person. It's the greater good, the greater purpose. There's no cliques. Everybody's together. It's a very tight family. It's more than just a team of guys. And I think he's done a great job of getting that in the past 4 years.
As you guys have gotten older, has he changed a little bit from the iron fist? Or, have you seen that a little bit from him?
Definitely. I think, you can see it on the field, too. In years past, he might have been a little bit more, tight in the face, a little bit more, looked like a little bit more tense. But he has more fun, in the locker room. He jokes around with guys. Around the heck, he has fun with guys. And I think that, it shows in the way he's coached. He has more fun with the guys. It's hard to say. It's hard to really put your finger on it unless you see it on a daily basis.
Matt, you're one of the guys who has a unique perspective because you were actually here for the end of Larry Coker's tenure. What do you remember about that? And did it feel like you guys were just starting from scratch with Coach Shannon?
No, there was still a base here. Coach Shannon, he'd obviously been here for years and years, so he gave a great perspective and had, a great foundation for us to start to build off of. And Coach Coker was a great coach. Things didn't work out, but, that's what happens. It's the nature of the beast. You just kind of have to go with what's given to you and just build from there. And I think Coach Shannon and this team have done a great job of progressing year by year since, my freshman year.
What would you say were the biggest changes from, Coach Coker to Coach Shannon?
Just coaching styles and just the way they interact with players. I wasn't here long enough to get a great feel for Coach Coker. He was just a great person. He helped recruit me, he was a great overall guy, great coach. Coach Shannon, a little bit different. At first, he was a little bit more tough, but he's really turned into a great person who would help out any guy on this team, and he'd bend over backwards to help absolutely anybody out that he cared for.
Matt, people are going to look at this game closely to see how you guys play, how you respond, whether coach is still held on in the locker room or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you aware of that? How important is it to you to have a good effort to kind of support Randy in that way to get a win this week?
I think guys just want to go out in the field and show that we are a good team. We have great talent, we've got great players, and we believe in what the coaching staff puts in front of us and the game plan that they give us. We've had our ups and downs this season, but we've always bought into what the coaches preached and bought into the game plans that they gave for us to play out on the field. I don't think this week's going to be any different. I think we're going to practice all week, get that game plan installed, and just work it out in the game and have a great game against USF.
How important is it, do you feel like, for the program and to you guys to finish the regular season with 8 wins as opposed to that 7?
It's very important, not necessarily just in the number, of 8 versus 7, but just personally, for, pride-wise, we have to go out there and we have to win. We have to win in front of our home crowd. We have to win for ourselves as a group. It's not necessarily, like I said, we have to get to this number. It's we just want to win. We're not a bunch of guys who want, we're not striving for mediocrity. We want to win.
Have you guys underachieved, Matt?
It's hard to say. We're a very talented team. I think, talented on both sides of the ball. We're fast. We're everything you could ask for in a team. There's certain games we might, disappointments, sure, but you got to work through it. It's like I said before, it's part of the beast. It's the nature of the beast. It's what happens with football. You have to deal with your ups and downs, and you're measured by how you can come back from those downs. I believe, if you just fall on your face, you don't get back up. It doesn't show much. But if you fall down, you pick yourself back up and you do well. I think that shows a little bit more about your character as a team and as an individual.
What will you miss the most?
That's hard to say. I'm not missing anything yet.
Right.
But it's gonna be weird not having the group of guys around all the time and not having I got this meeting at 1, I got this meeting here. It's just gonna be a weird feeling. I don't know.
I guess for every college student that leaves college, for me, for everybody, it's kind of scary. But for you guys, when you've really had the schedule that you've had over the last 4 or 5 years, where you're used to seeing the same faces, life is a little more regimented. Is that kind of a scary thing that next fall it's not going to be the same way?
Yeah, it's going to be a shock to the system. I've had pretty much the same schedule for the past 5 years. It's going to be a big welcome to the real world slap in the face. But looking forward to it. It's the next adventure. It's the next chapter in life. But got to get through this last couple pages before we move on to that.